Up everyone, this is Spencer with bestpropstoday.com, and we are going to outline our three favorite NFL props for the Sunday slate here in week one. But first, we're going to run through the results, and they've been, well, pretty good to start the season. Obviously, no complaints from our end. You can see our Thursday night football over on Chalkboard. We went 3 for 3. This was to 5x our stake, obviously taking advantage of the promo there with Patrick Mahomes over 0.5 pass yards. And yes, we do have a promo that we're going to take advantage of here on Sunday. There are basically a million promos on DFS sites and sportsbooks. So we are going to point out one of those and attack it with our three favorite picks. Over on Underdog, we also cashed on Thursday, taking advantage of that Derrick Henry play, and then also parlaying that with Butker and Kelsey gimme pick. And then we did it again on Friday, our three favorite picks. This one went out to the newsletter. Obviously, I preach for you guys to sign up for the newsletter because they get all these picks first before the bumps come out. So if you want that, I will put that in the comment section below and you can sign up through that link. Obviously, this Eagles Packers play, little concern for Josh Jacobs there. Couldn't get it going in the first half, but he broke a few runs later there in the second half, pushed us over easily. And we are going to hopefully replicate that success here for the Sunday slate week one. You already know what it is. You can see that profile picture, that featured image right there on the front. That man, Devon Achane, who, let's face it, he's a polarizing fixture in fantasy football and among the prop betting community. You either love him or you're skeptical about his volume. So we're going to dive into that. But first and foremost, we are over on PrizePicks, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention that we are absolutely going to lock and load that Caleb Williams over 0.5 passing yards. We're putting that into our slip, and you should too if you haven't already. And we're going to use that to boost our three picker here today with an easy win. Always good to get better odds with one of those gimme picks. And of course, PrizePicks has their own. There are others on this slate. I believe, you can check this at bestpropstoday.com. Yep, we have Joe Burrow over 0.5 pass yards is the one on Sleeper. There are obviously going to be other discounts mixed in, I believe. Don't quote me. Underdog Fantasy is going to do Dak Prescott tomorrow night over 0.5 pass yards. I don't know if that's for new subscribers or new depositors only, or if it's for everyone. So don't hold me to it, but actually be on the lookout for it. So we're going to lock in Caleb Williams here with that easy pick. And then, yep, you already know. I teased it in the beginning. Maybe I teased it too hard. Really no mystery here. Devon Achane over 54.5 rushing yards. This line's actually up a little bit. I saw it at 53.5 earlier this week, but obviously not a huge move, not enough to dissuade us here. And Achane has gone over this in every game he got 10 plus carries last season. Now, obviously, he's healthy coming into this year, and there's a lot of rumblings that he's going to eat into Raheem Mostert's role a little bit more, especially when he has the fresh legs. Like I said, when he's gotten 10 plus carries last season, he went over this prop every time, and that includes 70 plus rushing yards in 4 of those 5 games. Obviously, he can break a couple long 20 plus yard runs and get this with relative ease, but FanDuel has his carries listed at 11.5 with juice to the over. So basically a projection of 11 to 12 carries. that would be enough. That would put him over the threshold of those 10 carries where he hits this prop almost every time. Jacksonville, middle of the pack run defense, not really concerned about the matchup. I think Achane gets his. Obviously, if you're betting this on a sports book, I almost recommend, I haven't really looked into this yet, but now that I'm talking it through, what if we ladder play this up to 60 plus, 70 plus, and just sprinkle on throughout that ladder? I think that could be a really good pick, a very profitable pick there too. But for now, locking it in on PrizePicks, that is our second pick. Now, the third pick, we are going with, by the way, look at these popular picks. I don't really have anything that stands out to me for these popular picks. I know people are taking that Bijan Robinson to score an anytime touchdown. I don't know. Steelers defense is really good. I know the Falcons are going to use him a lot of ways, but I'm a little apprehensive on that. Instead, I am going to look towards Kenneth Walker. I believe this is an excellent matchup for him. And there's a lot of ways you can attack this, but I'm going to take his fantasy score over 12.5 fantasy points. Now you can see here, look at all of his other props. He's expected 16.5 is his rush attempts, 80.5 rush and receiving yards. And I also like his anytime touchdown prop. We have that listed on the website today. We are taking his anytime touchdown prop. I love the matchup against Denver. I love the potential game flow in this one with Seattle hosting the Broncos. I think it's going to call for plenty of Kenneth Walker III. And I think this is a relatively low line for him in a smash spot with a great matchup, with great game flow. I like him to get a touchdown, and that would propel him over his fantasy score. But by taking the fantasy score, it gives us several outs to get there. Whether he's going to be a receiver. I know his prop here is listed at 2.0 and only 10 receiving yards, but still those points add up. 67 rush yards, 2 receptions, 10 receiving yards, and a really fair chance for a touchdown. Put it all together. I love over 12.5 fantasy points. So this is our 3-picker. One of them is a free one. We're absolutely going to take that to the bank here. And we already locked this one in over on PrizePicks, and you can too. Obviously, mix and match as you see fit. And there are more props listed on the site. Of course, like I said earlier, subscribe to the newsletter. You will get all these. You will get all of our updates every single morning, our 3 favorite prop picks of the day, and all of the updates that we put into our articles and our prop bets. You can also follow us on Twitter at BestPropsToday to get those updates. So, best of luck in NFL Week 1 and happy cashing.